quick headlines before the intro. First, there is no verified BRICS common currency that shoppers can use today. Second, the live signal is payments infrastructure, local currency settlement, interoperability, and experiments around tokenized money. Third, your monthly online shopping bill only changes if merchants, banks, wallets, regulators, and logistics providers all connect the rails. So this episode is not a hype reel about a magic anti-dollar coin. It is a practical checkout test. What has to be true before BRICS payment architecture changes the price of a phone case, a replacement part, or a subscription you buy from another country?
Powered by artificial intelligence.
The clean version of the story is simple: separate the currency headline from the payment rail reality. Official BRICS language has supported greater use of local currencies and safer, more inclusive cross-border payment instruments. That is different from launching a single retail currency. For shoppers, the important layer is not the logo on a banknote. It is whether a wallet can quote a fair exchange rate, clear the payment quickly, reduce correspondent bank hops, and still handle chargebacks, fraud, taxes, sanctions screening, consumer protection, and refunds. Traditional cross-border shopping looks simple on a website, but the background stack is messy. A card network, issuing bank, acquiring bank, currency conversion path, fraud system, and sometimes correspondent banking chain can all touch the transaction. Each layer has a fee or risk premium. That is why a $5 item can carry an ugly foreign exchange spread, a marketplace markup, or a payment method surcharge. Faster settlement helps, but it does not erase compliance cost. The big misconception is that blockchain alone removes fees. In reality, trust, liquidity, and regulation are the expensive parts. The most defensible frame is interoperability. BRICS governments and business groups have discussed ways to settle more trade in local currencies and reduce dependence on a single reserve currency route. Meanwhile, the BIS Project Agora shows a parallel global trend. Tokenized central bank reserves and tokenized commercial bank deposits are being tested for wholesale cross-border settlement. Those are not identical projects, but they point to the same pressure. Payment systems are being rebuilt around programmability, direct settlement, and fewer reconciliation delays. Imagine buying electronics from a marketplace that sources from India, China, Brazil, or the Gulf. A BRICS-style payment rail could matter if your wallet can pay in your local currency, the merchant can receive their preferred currency, and the settlement path avoids unnecessary dollar conversion. But the merchant will not pass savings to you unless the new rail is cheaper, reliable, and widely used. The test is boring but decisive: checkout acceptance, refund speed, dispute handling, transparent FX, and fraud rates. The risks are just as important as the promise. A fragmented cross-border payment network can become another layer of complexity instead of a cleaner checkout. Regulators will still require anti-money laundering controls, sanctions screening, tax reporting, and bank supervision. Consumers still need recourse when goods never arrive. If a rail is fast but irreversible, shoppers may not love it. If the system is too controlled, merchants may not love it. The winning design has to be cheaper without making trust disappear. Bottom line, BRICS digital payments could eventually pressure cross-border retail fees, especially in corridors where local currency trade is growing. But the near-term story is not a global checkout revolution. It is standards, pilots, bank participation, wallet design, and regulatory permission. Watch the rails, not the slogans. If the system lowers FX spreads and merchant fees while preserving refunds and compliance, shoppers may feel it. If not, it stays a geopolitical headline instead of a cheaper cart total.